Hello and welcome back to episode 5 of Purpose, Passion, Power, where I'm helping you on how to be a motivational speaker and establish it as a career. And as promised in the last episode, this one is going to be on how to write a smashing blog so that it gives your client an overview of your work and your expression and helps you crack the deal faster at your price. So you already know I started about 23 odd years ago. That was the pre-internet age, and thank God for that. You know, people say that how do you live without the internet? Well, I think the lucky ones who started before have made it, because if you can make it without a massive worldwide communication tool, you can make it with that tool. And you know what, if you establish yourself without all the technology and dependence on it, you can establish yourself anywhere. The technology can only enhance it, it can only add value, but a foundation of content and originality is at the base of it. So at that time we didn't have any blogs, so I started on my blogs very late. At that time the only way that you could write and have a showcase for it was through the print media. So I have written over about 600 more articles for newspapers, for publications, for magazines across the world. But today the print media is not just, dying out, but also very expensive. So today if you want to write an article in a newspaper, you have to pay for it. Those were the times when we would get in for free. Now the tables have turned. So this way or that, things are becoming tougher. So the message that I'm trying to convey is that you have to write, because as a motivational speaker, when people want to check you out, they want to see how do you express yourself, whether your expression, your communication is relatable, whether there is a connect, whether people are in tune with your thinking or not. Because you see, if an individual is going to pay you money and say, okay, tell me what I should do with my life, or tell me what I should do with my career, or tell me how I should solve my problems, he or she wants to know if you talk the same language. Even your corporate clients, before they invest money in you and call you for an audience of 50, 100 people, they want to know how do you talk, how do you communicate, is it in alignment with the language and understanding of their audience. So your blog will actually become a showcase for your career. It is of utmost importance. Please know, I don't need to write a blog. My client base is already set. People come to me because they know my work. I've been around for too long. So don't say, hey, where's your blog? What did you write? I don't need to. You're starting now, and it's a tool that will help you build your career. Mine is already built. Let me warn you, please don't make your blogs your musings. Don't write about random things and rants and other stuff. It is professional. It has to be in alignment with your career. It has to be in alignment with what you want that HR manager or that country head or that individual to know about you. It's very strategic. So if your motivational speaking genre is sales or parenting or youth or success or general subjects, make your blogs on those topics. Don't be afraid that people will take your content, or then your content in your speaking would become repetitive. Don't worry about that. Please don't worry so much into the future. The more you give today, the more you will get tomorrow. So let's say you write to me and say, you've sent me your profile, you've sent me a link to your website. I'm assuming that you've done all that work, and I look you up and I go to your blog. Okay, why am I going to your blog? Because you've written to me. And again, let me say, it's not you're not using the blog as a social media tool to see how many people came in, how many people commented, how many people liked your articles. That is a different thing. Please, I'm not even getting into that game of social media for self-pleasure and for self-importance. I am looking at a professional setup. So when I come to your blog, I am looking for a little more certainty that you're the right person to motivate motivate my people or to sort out my life. So please make your blogs in tandem to that. And if you have had blogs which have your personal musings and stuff like that, which are not in alignment, which are not pointing toward a professional outcome, please delete it. Because I will tell you this through personal experience, that your clients, whether they are individuals or corporates, will judge you based on the written word that has come from you. And I share these ideas with you in all humility. They're not written in stone. You come up with your own creative, be unique, be original, and create the world's most smashing blog. I'm just giving you ideas. I'm just giving you guidelines. Go and break them. Go create your own. But have a blog as a showcase of your work. And when your blog is live and people comment, please respond back. Don't make it a ghost town, where you just see one-way comments. Engage with people and be smart enough. Maintain an Excel sheet. People who are liking and commenting, put their names on an Excel sheet. Communicate with them. Exchange email IDs. You know what? You're building your database of people who have a flavor of what you do. You never know. This database, these people may come in handy as attendees for your workshop, or may come in handy to promote your work. Build that relationship with them. And don't be afraid to give out your email ID. And don't say, oh, what if I give my email ID out? Give it out. My email ID and my phone number is listed on my website and my visiting cards, and it has been 23 years. People say, oh, but you must be getting so many calls. No, I don't. Because you see, it takes a lot to call somebody, and I appreciate you calling me. That's why I'm doing this work, isn't it? Why do I want to be anonymous? Why don't I want to put my phone number? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Because I want to connect with people. It beats the purpose to keep my contact private. That's not a motivational speaker. That, I think, is a very arrogant personality who says, hey, you just listen to me, but don't communicate with me. I will only have this platform to communicate with you. Now you can't reach me. I am not like that. Maybe it works for some people, but I say call me. Even till today, I may not answer the phone. Like, for instance, my phone is on silent right now, but I always respond and keep that communication going with your people. And I would say go 2 steps ahead. Like I'm saying, I'm telling you through my experience. You don't have to follow that. It's just an idea. Maybe you'll do something better and then share that with me. Do something nice for people who communicate with you. Isn't it special that someone read something you wrote and responded? You think alike. You found a kindred soul. You found somebody who understood what you wrote, who didn't criticize, who appreciated you. Now that's a valuable connection. Do something nice for them. I sometimes have a whole load of merchandise, notebooks and mugs, and I keep giving it away to people. And sometimes my team questions it and says, what are you doing? Do you know this costs money? And I'm like, do you know the joy, the exhilaration of connecting with somebody who says, I think like that, or why didn't I hear this before, or this is what I needed to hear. Do you know, people are starving for acknowledgement, and I get acknowledgement from people I haven't met. Well, you are special for me, and I will go out of my way to ensure that you know that. Do something nice for people who communicate with you for nothing in return. You may never even meet them, they may never attend your workshop, but it is to acknowledge the purpose, the primary purpose of why you want to be a motivational speaker. And while writing your blog, it doesn't matter how long it is, but in the end, it would be nice to put a point-wise summary. So, that becomes very important. Sometimes people will take images of that and it will go viral. Have some quotes, put it as a section after you have finished your writing your blog. Put some quotes that could go as morning messages. Give something people to take away in brief. And sometimes add that right up front. Let's say I bump into your blog, but I don't have a lot of time to read. It's smart if I have a summary right up front, so I know what it is about and I might come back to it later, or the summary is just enough for me to get my dose of inspiration for the day. And in every blog, be free to add links to your videos, to add links to your website and contact details. use that as a platform to fan out to other avenues where people can indulge more in your work and therefore reach a point of conviction and certainty that you are the right person, that you're the person that they have been waiting for, that your message is what they needed to hear a decade ago, and you should get comments like, where were you all this time? If I had found you earlier, I would have been in a better place today. That should be the purpose, that should be the driving force behind your content, and keep the connection special and keep the connection going. Be real, be genuine. Please don't pick up stuff from other people's articles and blogs. That's not how you want to start your career, on stealing information and stealing knowledge. That beats the purpose of being a motivational speaker. The last thing you want is people say, oh, iska yahan se liya hai. Because you see, the people who are coming to read your blogs and attend your workshops, they're probably well read. They are learners, they are seekers, and they have been places. So the last thing you want is people comparing you, or worse, telling you that you have taken stuff from other avenues. You are unique, your experiences are special, and your learning is something that will touch my soul. I know that because that's what people tell me. So be original, be unique, be willing to stand on a platform and open your arms and bring people in that circle of communication and that circle of contribution that you are going to build a career on. So good luck with it. Send me the links to your blogs. I'd be very, very happy to read. So I hope this helps. So next week, I'm going to do an episode on how to make a great YouTube channel. Until then, I'm rooting for you. Now get writing.